Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're reviewing a Ford Escape ST line. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Ford here in Provo for giving me some time with this Escape. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide as well. And by the way, if you have any questions, just ask for John Jenks. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbo 2-liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 23 around town and then 31 on the highway, with power outputs being 250 horsepower and then 280 pound-feet of torque. If you get the base ST line Escape, it comes with the 1.5. Before I move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, not a lot happening there. You do have some cool lines coming down. Now one of the cool things about the new Escape, I think, is the headlight design here. I think that's pretty sharp looking. Got some fog lights below that. Grille's all blacked out with this as well. And overall, the new Escape, it's a good looking car. Now on the side here, our tire wheel setup is 225 by 60 by 18 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see here with the wheels, you've got the 5-spoke design, metallic gray. I like the unpainted fenders, that's pretty cool. Anyways, ST line there on the side, and then you can see the contrast with kind of like the black and the white on this. It seems like that's what they're going for. This leads us to the key fob where we have our lock and unlock function, remote start, opening for the hatch, Ford logo there on the back. Press that a couple times and that will open it up, or should. There we go. Man, keys lately don't want to listen to me apparently. But yeah, we've got quite a bit of storage space here in the rear, as you can see. Again, this kind of competes against the RAV4. Got spare tire underneath as well. But yeah, pretty solid. You can fold down the seats if you want more storage. When you're all done, just press that. And that will lower that back down. I like the new taillights. I think it's pretty cool how they kind of like arc around a little bit. And then notice that all the badging here on the back is actually chrome, and there's no ST line badge, only on the side. Now this leads us inside, where you can see it's soft touch here where you're going to rest your arm. And then we've got these cool seats that kind of like the, I'm pretty sure this is vinyl, or it's not the real leather. But anyways, you got that with the red stitching and then the cloth inserts there in the center. And then getting in, pretty easy. It's not too bad. Legroom's, I mean, it's not massive, but it's good enough. Got some vents here in the back, and then down below, you can see the little charging port. And then headroom back here is pretty darn solid. And popping up front, again, we've got all the soft touch there, and then down below you're going to rest your arm with the cool red stitching. It'll pop up. All of our window controls, mirror adjustments. We've got memory seat function, blind spot monitoring with the mirrors, and then here's the front seat again with all that cloth trim there in the center, and then all of our adjustments on the side. Got all of our light controls here, and then soft touch here on the dash. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you can see perforated on either side. You've got the red stitching there on the center portion, and then practical controls on the front, including for our volume, voice command controls, cruise control. You've got your controls there for the center on the other side, and then just regular stocks here on the back. Now taking a look at the gauge cluster, fully digital. We can use this to scroll through different bits of info. Pretty standard stuff. I mean, most modern cars have something like this if they have a digital gauge cluster. In reverse, we do have a backup camera there, and then you can also see the bird's eye view as well. So nice, and it's horizontally opposed tablet, so it helps out. Got the different drive modes, which we can switch between. Pretty cool little setup right there. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, it's easy to use. You've got a shortcut bar there at the bottom, which has stuff like the heated seats, for example. A heated steering wheel, climate is always accessible. But yeah, a lot of stuff's built into the screen. You do get a few shortcut buttons down below, but that's kind of not a lot of it, right? Kind of our little charging area right there. We've got our dial shifter for the 8-speed parking, brake, and then your auto hold. Some very interesting trim there. Got some cup holders, and then got space in the console. Nice trim here on the top. See the trim that goes across there, and then it's a big glove box. Manual mirror dimmer, got this sunglass holder here, and then no sunroof with this one. So here's a quick look at the window sticker. You can see Escape, ST line, 401A equipment group. Again, this is the Select, so it's a little bit more loaded up and has the 2.0 turbo. $38,765 is the total MSRP. Let's see how it performs. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Blind spot monitoring. Yeah, pretty sharp. Escape! Pretty cool car, right? The ST line package, I think, is smart. What would be smarter, though, and I've said this in the past, is I think that Ford should do a full-on ST Escape. You know, for branding purposes and all of that. They have it with other cars. Put the 2.7 V6 or the 3.0 V6 in this thing and call it a day. That would be cool. That would be a cool car indeed. So, 2.0 turbo is great. You can also get, again, you can get the ST line in a more baseline format, not the Select, that has the 1.5 3-cylinder. A bit less power, but it's more affordable. It's like 35 grand. They had one on the lot that's how much it came out to with the options and such. So not too bad when it comes to pricing for excuse me, an SUV in this segment, I would say. Man, lots of traffic here today. Usually Monday there's not that much. Great torque out of the Turbo 4. So that is definitely a big plus. Again, 280 pound-feet's nothing to sneeze at. Very smooth overall too. I've always thought that Ford's 8-speed, it's a pretty good transmission in terms of how it just performs and all of that. And zooming, not too bad. Pretty quick, pretty quick. Yeah, heated seat's nice. It's a little bit of a, it's not 42 degrees, ain't that bad. I was gonna say it's a little bit of a colder day, but it's not that cold. So to cap things off, I think that this drives well. It's got solid acceleration, looks pretty cool. I mean, they could do a few things to kind of spice things up a little bit with this. So, you know, maybe do like full-on blacked out wheels. I don't know. And then maybe a couple more. You can never do enough ST line badges, right? But overall, it's a cool car. And, you know, if you're looking for like a sportier crossover in this segment, again, it's kind of the most direct competitor would be this Mazda CX-5. It kind of competes against that. So if you want, you know, an American CX-5 is the way you could put it, then that will, well, this will kind of provide that. But either way, let me know you guys think about the Escape. You know, in general, this new Escape, what do you think about it? And then the ST line version with all of the features that this has going on. Man, even a small car, I don't know what it is, but again, maybe it's just because I'm not used to the dimensions, but I just, every single time I get into something that's not my car that I personally own, parking is just a nightmare. I always mess it up. Okay, anyways, let me know what you think.